Hey Austin, this is Graham Matthews with HiddenRemote.com. Just wanted to know, when did you first entertain the idea of returning to Impact?
We had some initial discussions shortly after, I was a free agent. Really before the new team was put into place, I had a conversation with Sanjay, and we were just kind of talking about some different things. And at the time, I wasn't really interested in coming in as talent. I was more interested possibly as coming in as part of the team to kind of help right the ship, if anything. Um, and just realized at that point that probably wasn't a fit, for me. And then I think, it really wasn't until, man, I'm trying to remember when it was, maybe late December. I mean, when I talked now when they had the team in place, I got to kind of hear the philosophy of what they wanted to try to do to try to turn things around there. Had a good conversation with Scott Demore, and decided that maybe this was a place where I could come in and lend a hand and really help them start to rebuild Impact Wrestling back to some prominence.
On the same show that you won the TNA or the Impact World Championship rather just last week, just so happened to be the same show that they returned to the four-sided ring. So what's it like working back in a four-sided ring compared to the six-sided ring during your last tenure with the company? And also any plans to write a second book after the success of Food Fight?
Well, some reports would say that I demanded that the four-sided ring was brought back before I would come back to the company, and those reports also probably stated I demanded to have the opportunity to be the world champion, or I wouldn't come back. But no, seriousness, I think Don and Scott have touched on it. That really the decision for them came down to what had the most support of the people who actually had to go in the ring and work. And I think universally, if you talk to most of the talent, the four-sided ring is where it's at. It's what we're all accustomed to, and I think again, when I think of pro wrestling, I think of a squared circle, so I mean, for me, it was great to come back and know that they're going to switch back to the four-sided ring. Again, there's some other factors. Again, when you start talking about the angles of the ropes, the guy who comes off the top rope, I'm used to a 90-degree angle. When you go to a six-sided ring, that becomes more obtuse. It changes some things. It changes the extra sides can create some issues where your cameras are, where you're running spots. I mean, there's a lot of different factors that people don't think about other than the aesthetics of it. So, I applaud Don and Scott and the team to really listen to the talent and say, well, this is a no-brainer. If this is where they feel more comfortable, this is where they feel more safe, then that's what we're going to do. And so that's kudos to them for that. And as far as writing a second book, I think down the road we could have something that's more along the lines. A lot of people have been asking me to have, are the recipes in the book, which there aren't really a lot of recipes in the book. So maybe something that's more geared just towards that and more of a recipe book could be something that down the line I would look into.